Dungeon Explorer on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. This game is basically Gauntlet. Well, it's Gauntlet with a few more bits and pieces. Ooh, Atlas did this one. Well, this is the Atlas that... This is not the Atlas that made, you know... Well, it is the same Atlas. But I don't know if it's the same developers necessarily. And unfortunately, this is the TurboGrafx version, so it's no Redbook soundtrack. Because I want to say they made a Sega CD game of the same title, but it's a different game. Oh, it's a top-down, you know, Gauntlet-like action game. But it has this fantastic soundtrack. In fact, I'll see if I can splice in some of the music from that, because that soundtrack is amazing. If you can get your hands on the Dungeon Explorer Sega CD-ROM, I would definitely listen to the music. You can put it in your computer. You can listen to it in the car if you avoid the first two. If you avoid the first two tracks, because there's game data on the first two tracks. But all the other music on that CD-ROM is in Redbook. You can listen to it on the on the CD player, and it's fantastic. If you're into like late '80s progressive synth, which I am, it's basically my aesthetic. Aura, am I right? So if you remember Gauntlet on in the arcades and on the NES, it's a top-down action game where enemies spawn constantly, and your job is to take out the generators that spawn the enemies. I did play as the thief earlier. I might play as the witch this time. Yeah, the Warlock here is pretty balanced. So is no one has a value less than 6, I guess? Nope, no value less than 5. Yeah, this guy's a vapor. Silencer. Yeah, I gotta practice with these different characters, see what's up with them. But I played as the thief earlier, and he was reasonably easy to use. This is a 5-player game. I mean, it's ugly as sin, as you're gonna see here. I mean, it's a 16-bit game that looks arguably no better than a traditional NES game, but it moves at a much faster clip, so I'll give the game credit for that. But it looks like a really bad indie game. But if you had a super multi-tap, you can throw 5 players together. Though I don't think this TurboGrafx 16 Mini lets you play with more than 2 players. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure I can have a Sega Genesis 6-button controller. I can probably throw it in here. Because it's an 8-bit DOE controller. So I want to say it's compatible. If it's not, I might have a Hori controller around here somewhere. In fact, I think I have a PS4 Hori controller here. Yeah, I do. I'll pull that out later. But yeah, this is, I want to say Dungeon Explorer 2 might be on here in the Japanese version. The Japanese version of Dungeon Explorer 2 might be on here. I'll double check. But I do have a video of Salamander, you know, Life Force, that I played earlier. That's the Japanese version of Salamander, because that game never came out here in the States. But that game doesn't require any kind of localization. I mean, the text is in English, if you can believe that. So if you saw my Salamander video, you'll know that there are some Japanese games on this TurboGrafx 16 Mini that don't require any kind of translation. But obviously, there are some games like Snatcher, which are completely inscrutable, unless you can read Japanese. You might not need to listen to the dialogue, really, but because there are no subtitles, well. And I want to say, like I said, Spriggan is on here, which includes a lot of Japanese text and spoken word, but it's a shooter, so you don't really have to worry about it. It's like Ninja Gaiden, which is also on this console. Ninja Gaiden doesn't require any kind of Japanese knowledge because it's the NES game. You just won't be able to read the text in the cutscenes because those weren't translated. But if you've played the game before on the NES, or if you've seen my video of the NES Classic game, then you'll know what the story is. But if you want to read the Japanese text, you'll be able to watch my video of Ninja Ryu Kenden. But it's not a good game. It's more of a novelty than anything else. Yes, this looks like a... Actually, this looks kind of like a PC-88 game, which is probably what it was. Press run and hold for up to 5 players. Don't release the button until the number is reached. We only have 1. Okay, I'm going to be Warlock this time. The instruction manual says what the abilities of each character are. Press select and you can switch between the 2 potions in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. There's a healing potion and there's a white magic potion, which is usually healing, and a black magic potion. Press start and you get this menu right here. There's a password that is unique to each character, so it's old school, but the fact that you have passwords is kind of fun. It's kind of useful because you're able to save your character's progress as you go without having to worry about it like needing a memory card or a battery or anything. Those are the stats for this character. Level 1, max hit 16 means that those are my hit points. So that will go down as I take damage. Yeah, the button number 1, or the A button as I call it, is the magic button. Button B, or button number 2, is the attack button. So I can't talk to any of these people. Fine. Alright, so I'll get my white magic ready and we'll go. I'll pull up my manual here in a second. We'll get to the fighting very shortly. I just want to see what's going on in these towns. Not shot to us, but not to us. Natives. Death always follows if we find bad. Death always follows if we find important stuff in these video games. Not Odessa, Odessia. And this is, you can call this an action RPG, I suppose, but you know, let's just call it what it is. It's Gauntlet. It's Gauntlet with a few more stats. I'm sure I'll find it. It's just a top-down action game from the late 1980s. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find this. This isn't exactly, you know, Daggerfall we're playing here. Was it Daggerfall? Like, what was the first Elder Scrolls game? Like, the first 2 Elder Scrolls games were massive. Like, the first 2 Elder Scrolls games apparently were much bigger than Skyrim, but, you know, they were tiny little windows on the screen, so it is what it is. I'll play those games someday, but I'm more concerned about playing Morrowind and Oblivion than playing, you know, Arena and Daggerfall, to be honest with you. I mean, Skyrim's supposed to be the game that put them over the top anyway, so Oblivion's just kind of a prequel. People who know probably were really into Morrowind and Oblivion when they came out, but, you know, I tend to believe they're just kind of unimpressive. They're super janky. Like, I've played Oblivion on this channel, if you want to check out, if you want to search my channel for Oblivion, but I played the 360 version of that, which I still own, and I'll do some more footage of that later. But I have so much Skyrim footage. I mean, of me, you know, doing Oblivion footage probably seems a bit weird. Though it kind of makes sense. I'll be the first to admit that. I did beat the first boss already. I just kind of want to show you how this character operates. I mean, I'm not going to buy it, so I'm not going to be able to buy anything. I don't have any gold. Well, check out the bottom of the screen. We see the little animated icons there underneath my hit points. That's kind of amusing. I don't know why it says DE underneath the hit points area. Or it says max hit 16, it says DE underneath that. I don't know. Well, it probably means Dungeon Explorer, blah, whatever. So who's living there now? It's just empty. I'll forgive them a bit of poorly translated text. I'll allow it. This is the late 80s. We didn't try as hard back then. We didn't have much room either, which is the other problem. We might have to come back here later in the game. Don't worry, we'll get to the action very shortly. I'll probably have to put a timestamp on here so you know when the action starts. So once the action starts, it's just straight up Gauntlet. Look at all this wasted space. Back in the day, all this wasted space would have been a problem. This is a PC-88 sounding soundtrack, I'll definitely say that. That song kind of slapped. In that old school PC-88 chiptune kind of way. I dug that a lot. I have to come back and listen to that. Okay, let's talk to the king. God, these graphics are so ugly. This is such a fugly game. Wow. Yes, it's probably like a PC-88 game that they ported to the TurboGrafx 16. Excuse me, to the PC engine. But they brought it over to America and they localized it, so that's cool. Give us something to play with. Okay, so I got some magic. So like I said, you press the select button to switch between your white magic on the left and the black magic on the right with the skull next to it. So if you pick up a potion, pick up a W potion, that's your white magic. If you collect a B skull, that's your black magic. So it's kind of like Diablo in that sense. You get healing potions and you activate them when you're fighting inside a dungeon. That's how you get your health back. You have healing potions. I don't think there's a cooldown system in this game, I don't think. I doubt there is. But you press the A button when you're ready to heal yourself. Excuse me, the button number 1. I apologize. Like I said, this is an NES controller to me as far as I'm concerned. So I can only talk to these people by walking into the room for the first time, huh? Is that the trick? Why have you returned? What happens if I keep coming back? Yeah. I'm not gonna shoot the king. Wakanda forever. Yeah, I never got a chance to explore the rest of this castle, and I'm curious if there's anything here worth finding. Apparently not yet. Maybe all this stuff will unlock later. But they went through the trouble of adding a seal right there on the wall and some chairs that no one can sit in. Wait, where are the stairs? I have to go. Sorry, I have to go through the door. Sorry. And this art is so bad. What? What just happened? Hope I didn't get stuck in a fight. I kind of want to get out of here. How do I get out of here? Maybe there's a fight that happens later in the game. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Okay, his eyes blink every time he moves. That's kind of weird. Okay, I made it out. Okay, so I can't move and shoot simultaneously. That's not cool. So how do I get the crap out of here? There we go. So again, I don't even know where the doors are. It's like they're hidden. It's like they're hidden by the artwork. I mean, at least bother to put a door there so we know how to get out. I was worried I was stuck there for a second. I was messed up. Don't do that to people. I already met him in the rear room. So I don't remember where the dungeon is anymore, but I spoke to the king, so I could probably advance the game now. Yeah, I was using a thief earlier. It's supposed to be faster. I want to say a fast character is better than a strong character at this point. Because most of the enemies only take 1 hit anyway. I wasn't paying attention to what he said. A colored crystal to increase power. Okay, thanks. Is this lore or is this something mechanically relevant? Well, in these old games, who can tell? I think I read the manual. Okay, so you have to shoot those generators right there. They spawn enemies infinitely. Whoops, did he shoot? Yeah, she's shooting me. Wow! I'm not even supposed to be here, I don't think. Press run to revive. These guys are pretty strong. I probably shouldn't even be here. Circle. Okay, I shouldn't be here. So I'll press the A circle. I'll press the A button. Use my black magic. A lot of good that did. Oh, wow! These guys are ruthless. I should not be here. So as soon as you revive right where you died, and the enemies will just wipe you out. So how do I know how many lives I have? So don't go that way. Seems to be the message of yeah. This is the first time I've ever been to this area of the game, and it's clearly too dangerous for me. The game just seems to be stuck. Yeah, the game just seems to be stuck. So we'll restart that from the beginning, huh? At least wanted you to see that. So we're going to stick to the Warlock for now. Alright. Let's go. So we'll go to the king. Let's see if we can advance the story. So basically, don't go west. That seems to be what seems to be our lesson for the day. You don't want to die. So we can't talk to people unless we walk into a room. That seems to be the thing. Go to the locked dungeon south of the castle. My man Judas is waiting there for you. I don't know if I should be in a rush to talk to your man Judas. Yeah, well. So, south of the castle, huh? So there's nothing to the west, there's nothing to the east, there's death to the west, so I guess I'll go this way. Locked dungeon is near, head west to find Melba Village, danger awaits. I guess no danger east of us, just nothing of interest either. In the hermit house. So here's the first dungeon, let's do it. I am Judas, the king that sent me to tell you that Bellbeast is near and mad. He's blocking this area. I'll show you that in a second. So these enemies are being spawned by monster generators. Fight your way through the waves of enemies, then shoot them. Shoot the monster generators and they'll stop spawning. And I can't get past this area because this dude's blocking the way. Let me see if I can cheat. Enemies will respawn, I think. The enemies will respawn. Thanks for nothing, dude. Okay, so I can't move that rock. I can only push it. I can't pull it. So eventually this dude will be out of the way. Once I beat the boss, he'll be out of the way and I can push this rock further to the left. We'll worry about that later. These areas aren't that complicated, but you can get lost if you don't pay attention to the stairs you go up and down. So at least keep that in mind. So this character is much stronger than the thief. His attack is much stronger than the thief. I like him. Okay, so I have 10 hit points now. See the bottom left-hand corner of the screen? Okay, so you can actually shoot the potion. So I guess don't do that. Because I remember in Gauntlet, I think if you could shoot the potions or you can shoot the food, and you would lose it forever. So that sounds like a bad idea. There we go. Look at the green blobs. Oh, yeah, don't shoot the... I don't know if shooting those things is a good idea. Like, why would they allow you to actually shoot the items? Okay, I see what they're doing. You have block pushing puzzles. But this is actually how I get out, so... If I leave the screen, these blocks will respawn in their original positions. See? So if you make a mistake, you can just walk off the screen and they'll be right back to where you found them. Which is kind of cool, because it makes the puzzles easier to deal with. At least it does early in the game. Because if you make a mistake, you don't have to waste a bunch of time getting stuck, pushing blocks. But yep, there are block pushing puzzles in this game, so yay for that. There were block pushing puzzles in Gauntlet, weren't there? Grab that. I want that healing potion, so. I wonder if I just hang out here, I can just grab more. I wonder if I can farm healing potions from these guys. One way to find out. Come on, you. Those enemies just stay there stuck against the wall. But if I move... So is this like super hot? The enemies don't move until I move? Yeah, it looks like it, because they don't start chasing me until I start moving, see? It's weird. That's some freaky AI behavior they got going on. You can also shoot diagonally, but it's kind of hard to set up. Whoops! Did the game kill me because I was hanging out too long? That's probably what it was doing. I'm probably not supposed to hang around in one place for too long. Crap, took a bunch of cheap hits there. You can shoot those rocks. Eventually the enemies will come pouring out of there, so be careful. Okay, I need some healing potions. Give me that. Got a black potion. Best kind of potion. Come on. There we go. So I can farm these guys for potions, I guess. Press select. Select the B skull. Press A. And all the enemies on the screen are killed. Uh-oh. That thing's following me. So I guess I'm not supposed to stick around. I'm not supposed to stay on one floor for too long, I guess. Oh, I got him. I got him. Still dead, though. I'll take that. I'm gonna need that eventually. I'm probably out of lives, though, so this isn't gonna work. Come here, you. Oh, wait. Does that increase to my strength? Okay, I don't remember what it's for. I can check out the manual in a second and see what that's for. In fact, let me do a quick check. Let's see. According to the manual, Dungeon Explorer. So I'm not going to save this game. I'm just going to kind of use this as a research stream for the Warlock. Let's see. So that item is not particularly helpful. It looked like just an axe, yet it raises attack power. Not by much, apparently. Not by much, apparently. Now, do I only level up when I defeat a boss? I think that's what's going on. What? That is not cool. That's some sort of Vermilion crap right there. Yeah, I think I'm in a safe-ish spot now. Need that potion. Died again. That is a terrible place to spawn. Yes, I spawned right where I died. Even if it's in the middle of like 7 or 8 enemies. That's terrible. Came up with that dumb idea. I think I'm invincible now. You came up with that dumb idea. I'm gonna need some health potions from these guys. See if I can farm some health potions from these guys. Come here, you. I need some more crap. Give me some more crap. Just a second. There we go. Alright, so we gotta punch through these rocks. Works for me. Okay, we're fine. Got a ring that increases my health. Okay, so we can push these. Just a second. By the way, let's pretend I did this wrong. So again, I can just leave the screen and they'll respawn right back where they were. Well, at least they're supposed to. Yep, there they are. See, they respawn. Accidentally pushed the blocks the wrong way. This is how you do this. So there's your block puzzle. Eat it, Zelda. This guy only shoots diagonally, I think. He only shoots diagonally. Too bad I don't have any health potions left. Ow. Ooh. So if I died without any potions, I guess I just don't get anything left. Guess I can't respawn. This guy only attacks diagonally, so he's usually able to beat. He's usually easy to beat if you can run around him, if your character's fast enough. So I'll have to try this again with a different character.